Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, you guys are in the cave, what was the goblin cave, now the kobold cave. You have your humans in here. Your pack has set up. They've pissed over everything. You've put goblin heads on spikes. You've collected weapons. There's a decent amount of food in here that these goblins seem to have stolen. And there's a whole basket full of chicken eggs. There's a couple of baskets with potatoes. Some with some fresh vegetables. There's even a single bamboo cage that has like 6 chickens in it.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
animal friends.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Or animal food.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do with it. It's your pack.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your plan for your people?
I think we're going to settle in and start screwing. Um, breeding. Sorry.
Breeding.
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 Uh, what are the material components for improved fertility? So they're worth 10 gold. Do I have gold? Like, I do have leftover money after character creation, but I don't know if that even exists in Kobold World.
These are good questions to be asking. Let me find my spell. Improve.
It says 10 GP worth of.
I think it is. It's probably special herbs and incenses that you burn to help bless the situation. Maybe an animal sacrifice as well. So
Okay.
the cost would be 10 GP. Since you guys live in the wilds, you can probably find these things if you send your minions out to do so.
Okay. Or I have the herbalism proficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could go search the woods, find the right amount of sage. You'd probably have to go into the hills to find the sage that you need, and
Okay.
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So I'll direct some of the kobolds to go around gathering components for that. We'll probably need to sacrifice some of these chickens or something.
Mm-hmm.
How much do chickens even cost? Or maybe even deer friend. Be a worthy sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So this only targets one female, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. So it's the sort of thing that you might want to cast daily.
Yeah, if we can get enough components for it.
Right. So how long do you want to spend gathering these things and preparing your cave for the production of your race?
I think a while. I mean,
Talking days, weeks?
I don't know what the potentially if nothing
Sure.
comes along and disturbs us. I mean, I think we'll take it dayish by day.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
What do you want to do with your humans?
I think they just stay chained. I think if they stay chained for the first day, I think eventually I'll let the charmed human off leash.
Mm-hmm.
And probably follows Mama B around along with the deer, or waits patiently in the cave. Otherwise,
sure.
I instruct the kobolds that these are our pets or something along those lines, and enough to eat them for now. I think I kind of decide when it's time to kill a chicken and eat it versus eating potatoes. Do kobolds farm? Is that like? I don't think that's a thing we would even think to do. It's not like we're going to plant the potatoes. We eat the potatoes.
Yeah.
And we set about gathering, hunting and gathering in the nearby vicinity, and particularly looking for herbs and incenses for my fertility ritual.
Your kobolds scour the hills looking for the requisite sages that you need. They come back with armloads of it. One kobold comes back, or one set, because they probably go out in groups, comes back reporting that they had to fall back because they saw a big one out there.
Just one?
One big one.
Where? Hills?
Hills. Big hill. Big one on hill. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, Scary. I had to run.
Good. Good smart.
Run away. Run fast. Big one. No see me. We do good. We do good. Do good. Question.
Do good. Come, rest, eat, drink.
All right.
I do have a purify food and drink spell that I'll burn if we find anything rotten or maybe like a dead carcass scouring the nearby area. That's an option if anything like that
Sure. If you inform
is found.
your people to bring back carcasses of things as well.
Yeah, I'll inform them, and I think I think that's now it can just be something that they know
Sure.
that is a thing that like if that are yeah.
You guys are scavengers. It makes a lot of sense for them to scavenge carcasses. Even if you didn't have that spell ready, they'd probably scavenge a carcass anyway. Just might not do so well on their belly. So they bring back some carcasses. They bring back whatever they can find out there. With the aid of your create food and water spell, your people are doing just fine here. The human male is still chained up after a few days. His wife is trying to coax you to let him out. Oh, Wallace he's my husband. He's so nice. Do you know what husband means? Do you have husbands?
Mama B has many husbands. I gestured to some of the men around me.
Oh my.
All right.
Okay. So
maybe I will. I don't trust her husband off leash. No, I think we keep the husband chained and well fed. They're able to freely associate, but she's the only one who's off. Yeah, who's not chained.
She
I think I will.
Is nervous around the pack. She seems kind of calm and like she's getting used to you guys, but she's still a little jumpy around the
I don't think.
kobolds.
I think yes. I think that's for a good reason. I don't think the other kobolds treat her well. I think Mama B feeds her and is reassuring. It's a bit strange. Yeah, I probably like ride around her piggyback style, or like make her carry me places and things like that.
You
Chin
have
scratches,
a naked human mount.
chin scratches on demand.
Excellent. Anyway, it's been maybe about a week. Have you been using improved fertility on your?
Yeah. So when do we gather enough for the first casting?
After a few days. So let's actually not go quite to the week yet. Let's skip ahead 4 days.
Yeah.
You found the requisite sages and funny smelling woods, and someone has, and you've got dear friend and a bunch of chickens. Although the chickens don't have any grain, so they're kind of starving. They should probably be eaten or killed or fed.
We eat the chickens, and we'll use some in the. Actually, we probably save them all for this ritual, and we'll probably. How many castings worth of incenses have we gathered? Is it just one?
You've gathered two.
It's 2 castings.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll do the chicken sacrifice as part of this ritual.
Okay.
So once we've cast enough.
So who is the lucky lady to have her fertility improved?
I think it's whoever seems to be the most fertile to begin with. So probably a young woman.
All right. It is
female kobold.
A young female kobold named Urkoff.
Probably the biggest, youngest. I don't know, biggest young woman.
Okay.
Widest hips. And we hold there's a ritual. I think the whole tribe gathers around a roaring fire. We burn incense, sacrifice chickens. What was the name of the
spell
of the woman?
Oh, of the woman. Urkoff.
Urkoff. I think Urkoff is like the center of this ritual. So she's like the guest of honor at this kobold feast. We pray to Marta to bless Urkoff, give her many fat babies.
Right. And you are level 5.
And the whole tribe, yes. And the whole tribe, sort of prays and honors the life-giving power of Marta.
Okay.
So creepy.
50% chance for conception, and then if that fails, there is a normal conception check, which we're not going to worry about. Because you do indeed pass the 50% chance for increased fertility. Urkoff finds herself a mate of her picking in this pack.
Or several, depending on her tastes.
Right. I mean, these are dogs, so they can sire
kobolds. I think the incense.
From
I'm thinking the herbs we needed is like horny goat weed or something. Just gets the whole pack stander up.
Right. And sure enough, you can smell it on her a few days later that she is with children, with a litter. I don't know. It's not with child, but she is growing a new generation within her.
Yeah, and we'll repeat this on another young lady shortly after, probably the next day, probably the next night.
Sure.
We've got the materials and we've got the chickens that are ripe for the sacrifice.
Young. Why don't you roll me a D4 plus 8 for how many she will give birth to in 10 to 11 weeks?
Yeah, that's a long time, but I guess I'll go ahead and roll it. 12.
Ooh, max.
I picked a good one.
Yeah, you did. So it is you do this ceremony the next night. So this kobold, not that the names matter, I just really like saying these names.
We all
this one
appreciate it.
is Yip Yak.
Yip Yak.
Yip Yak is the next female up for the ceremony.
Motherhood.
Yes. Thank you.
What about Dear Friend?
What about
Dear Friend didn't happen to be pregnant when I found her, was she?
10% chance? No.
Aww. I think Dear Friend hangs around outside. She has been animal friended permanently, but I don't think she lives in the cave. I think she just kind of grazes around it.
That's fair.
I think the kobolds have been instructed, that she is a holy creature, not to be eaten, harassed. Some of them maybe even take to like worshiping her, feeding her berries or something like that. But
she is a blessing on the tribe, a sign of your impending rise.
Yeah.
So why don't you roll me?
I don't think I'll teach her tricks. Maybe like the tricks that I'm teaching her are being willing to be ridden by a kobold, particularly me.
Ooh, okay.
Can I train her to produce deer milk for the tribe?
She would need to give birth to a young to produce milk.
What was the question, or what was the request?
I was going to request you to roll me another D4 plus 8 for Yip Yak's stuff.
Whoa!
Wow.
Max kobold babies.
Okay.
Litters and litters.
So
this is going well.
Of your 25 adult kobolds that remain under your command, 2 of them are indeed pregnant. There are 7 young that are scattered between a few different kobolds who are still nursing them and helping raise them. Many of the other females are in a resting place between, birthing, or are just, not quite ready.
What happens if you cast Momentous Maturity on a pregnant kobold?
No effect.
No effect. So they have to be born after birth.
Yes. Okay. So a few more days pass. The pack is settling in nicely, and I'm going to need actually a calendar so we can track kobold fertility cycles. Oh god.
I should be keeping track of spells, huh?
Yeah.
So
So let's say, ooh, what is this? Let's say all of this is taking place in. I feel like this should be a summer month. Let's say it's August. We'll have started the campaign out on August 1st, the day that you took the cave.
I assume the charm person cast on Maria does not count as a spell.
Correct.
Okay. I guess I might as well charm Wallace. I kind of like the dynamic of Wallace not being charmed and just like chained up there, and he doesn't quite want to escape because his wife's. Anyways, well, I'll might as well charm Wallace.
You sure?
Nah, forget it. It's more fun without it. Maybe. I do secure his bindings better. I don't know if that's possible, but
not really. The goblins did as good of a job as you can do with the tools at hand, and he's not going anywhere without his wife.
Yeah.
So it's been a few days later. We're now on like the 7th of August when one of your pack, a kobold by the name of Nimrod.
Nimrod. I think Nimrod might need the leather armor. He seems like a good kobold hero.
Nimrod comes scurrying back to your pack, to your little hidden cave, with an eager look on his face. Comes up to you, scrapes around at your feet, and says, "Oh, big Mama Beatrix."
What is it, Nimrod?
I find redbacks. Redbacks. I have found the redbacks.
It's a redback kind of.
It's a different pack. Yeah.
Okay.
They come near our territory. What do?
Must think on this. Where see them?
He starts to scamper out the cave and points to the northwest.
Okay. What to do about other kobolds?
Right now, all the kobold packs are completely independent of one another. There is no organization between them. Kobold pack encounters can be friendly if neither one is, encroaching on either's territory or if they have some sort of cause to work together. But typically, if one pack runs into another pack in the other pack's territory, fights can break out.
Yeah.
Animals are pretty territorial. Usually kobolds have a territory of 50 square miles.
Wow. All right. So I think I will have Nimrod lead me to where he saw.
Is it just going to be you and Nimrod?
No, I'll take about 10 kobolds.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I've got your 10 kobolds here, and you guys head out in the direction where the red pack was seen. Nimrod leads the way, gets to the spot where he saw them, but they're not there, so he starts sniffing around on the ground. The whole pack that is with you starts sniffing around. Eventually the scent gets picked up, and they follow it for a few hours until you find a spot near a small pool of water.
Is this still our territory?
This is definitely within your territory. There's a pool of water where the redbacks have gathered to drink and rest.
How many are in the clearing? Yeah, see if they spot us.
Yeah, why don't you give me your perception check, and I'll give one of them a perception check, and whoever wins spots the other pack first. So let's give this guy a roll for his perception. Ooh.
26.
They got 22, so you spot them first.
Okay. How many are in the clearing?
Like 24.
24, so we are outnumbered.
You are outnumbered currently.
Okay. Ooh, charm person or mammal, 80 yards. How far can I recognize a leader? Is that obvious to me?
There is
Or
one who seems to have some sort of hat on.
okay, definitely the leader.
Yeah, it's not a fancy hat. It's like a hat that's been stolen from a human village. It's just like a big floppy, wide-brimmed hat
Mm-hmm.
that kind of just hangs down around him or her.
Okay. So I'll actually I will charm the leader as the 11 of us enter the clearing.
Ooh.
So Mama Beatrix comes in like shaking her whacking stick, rubbing her holy symbol, casting her juju.
Hey.
Barky, barky.
As your pack approaches theirs, I should probably stop playing this Goblin Cave music. As your pack approaches theirs, they perk up, eventually spotting you guys, and they start barking.
We bark back. I take the lead, casting eyes at their leader in the hat. Sending charms his way.
He sways back and forth for a moment.
Greetings, Redbacks. What brings you into Moon territory?
The leader steps forward and says, I, Grumpkin, lead Redbacks. This Moon territory?
I nod.
He narrows his eyes at you, looking over your group. He goes, Redbacks, more than moons. This now our territory.
I narrow my eyes at him. Why do you come, Redback? What happened? What happened to your territory?
Bads. So many. So pointy. Shields of wood.
Pointy. What kind bads? No furs?
No.
Globlobs?
Globs and big globs. Together.
Big globs. How many bigs?
2. 2 big globs. And many twos of globlobs.
Well, I say again, this Moon territory.
He bares his teeth at you.
I bare my teeth back. But if nice to Big Mama, Moons help Redbacks fight bads, chase from territory. I need a shorter word for territory.
Why Moon help Redback?
Because all kobold, all holy creature, is our forest, kobold forest. No bads.
There's a nod of approval from all present. Yeah.
This Redbacks. I like gesture to the group.
He nods. All Redbacks. Big Redbacks. Many Redbacks. More Redback. Moon.
Yeah.
So small.
Yeah,
so
strong.
few moons.
Redback strong.
Strongest.
Redbacks come. All right, Redbacks can stay here tonight. Tomorrow, Moon help Redback fight.
Fight
defend
He
territory.
shrivels up while his fur bristles. Fight Big Glob? Too big. No fight Big Glob. Too big.
I thought Redback's best pack. Biggest pack. Strong pack.
Too big. Big Glob's too big. And many
Stronger than
Glob
Big Glob.
Bobs. Many Glob Bobs. We not enough. Too few. Too less.
Enough. I nod. Seize tomorrow.
The ritualistic
And
barking.
And I think our pack backs out of the clearing.
Okay.
And returns to our cave.
Okay. You guys make it back to your cave.
And we will get ready. I will inform the tribe that we are now we're going to drive the redbacks out of our territory by helping them kill more goblobs.
And your tribe is a little nervous. They already lost 3 people in the last week. That's a lot. You know, that's a little less than 10% of their total population. So they're a little nervous about the prospect of fighting more globobs and big globs.
All right. Okay. I calm them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We go to sleep. I make sure to bring, purify some carcasses so that we've got some food to bring the redbacks. And the next morning we'll set out back to that clearing. We are going to bring all of the rotting goblin heads with us.
Ooh, okay.
How many warriors do we have? So there's 39 of us now. 40 including me.
No, you started with 35 and you lost 3. And then 7 of them are children. So you're down to 25 full-fledged adults, 2 of which are pregnant, though. I don't know if you want to bring them into battle.
I'll just take the party of 10 that we had yesterday then. That seems reasonable. 10. So that's enough. There's more than enough goblin heads. Some of us are even carrying 2.
Mm-hmm.
Each of these kobolds, I think, will be armed with a spear.
Okay.
Yeah, spears are better than claws, right?
Yes.
And they can't fight with spear and shield, can they? Because spear is a medium-sized weapon.
True. They might be able to break off the spear into a smaller spear, though. These were goblin-sized spears. These weren't human-sized spears, so I think you could.
They size small and they deal less damage.
Yeah, they might.
They would deal like D4 damage.
Yeah, they would do D4 damage, but they would permit you opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Or they can be thrown.
Were you weren't dealing D4 with the spears though, were you?
No, I was dealing D6. So yeah, they'll keep doing D6 then, actually.
Or they could just be medium-sized spears. What's the ruling?
Let me take a quick look. Are goblins typically medium-sized creatures? Because there were definitely some goblins using sword and spear and shield. Goblins are small-sized, so they've got to be small-sized spears. I think they're just shorter spears. They still have a same-size head on the end, but they're short enough that they can be used one-handed by a kobold or a goblin.
I didn't totally. So what's the verdict? They can be used one-handed?
Yes, they can be used one-handed.
And they deal D6?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's the size of the head at the end of the spear that determines the damage, not the length of the spear. So you can just make the spear shorter. So it can be used by a smaller creature. So you meet back with the redbacks.
Yeah, we bring goblin heads on sticks and deer meat. Not from Deer Friend. Probably from, deer jerky from the woods. Magically purified.
Just. Okay, the
Chad's talking about
redbacks
weather.
are...
I, I do have a weather sense proficiency, so why don't... Just to appease chat, can we roll that right now?
Sure. Why do you need a weather sense proficiency check?
Well, they're saying I can use call lightning if it's ever stormy. So I guess that is something I can keep in the back of my head. But out of curiosity, right? Let's investigate the world around us. How long? So what's the weather? I can roll a proficiency check.
Yeah, please roll me a proficiency check.
Weather sense 13, wisdom based. And I think this tells me just for the next 6 hours. 20, nope, it's fail.
No. But since you have weather sense, you know it's summertime, and you don't get a lot of storms in the summer around these parts.
All right. Well, if there's ever a freak summer thunderstorm, I can call lightning, which does a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah. Definitely enough to take out a glob.
Enough to take down a big glob.
Yeah.
Maybe even a big one.
Ooh.
All right. So we gather.
The leader of the Redbacks is there. Grumpkin is his name. And he has his whole pack within. You notice there are no young in his pack whatsoever. It is 20 adults only. Which is... How do you interpret that? A pack with no young? Is that a mark of shame? Is that...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a bad sign. It's a mark of a tribe on hard times. But it's probably also to be feared, right? They've less liability, so more prone to violence or...
That's true.
Edging into our territory.
That's like a cornered animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we enter their our clearing that we're letting them borrow, with a bunch of goblin heads and weapons.
The ritualistic barking of packs meeting happens for a little while. Then things start to settle down as kobolds come up to each other and kind of sniff the air around one another.
Moonpack goblob slayers.
Many goblobs.
We help redbacks take back land.
They nod to each other enthusiastically. It looks like they're a little intimidated by all these goblin heads, these rotting goblin heads on spikes.
Hell yeah, they are. They underestimated our strength.
Definitely. Grumpkin says to you, How, Mama Beatrix, kill so many goblobs?
Thwacking stick. I gesture at the blood-stained cudgel that I carry around.
Mighty thwacking stick.
Mighty thwacking stick. And power of Marta. Blesses Moonpack.
Show
Very
us.
Strong, much babies.
Show Grumpkin. Martha, blessing.
I scratch his chin if he's within chin scratching reach.
Sure, he lets you come up and scratch his chin.
What's his name?
Grumpkin.
Yeah.
Grumpkin.
Grumpkin already blessed.
Grumpkin nods approvingly.
Blessed child of Mata. I show you moon power against goblobs. Against big lobs.
Nods.
Come! The packs run! I think we cut off whatever he was saying by instigating howling, hopefully between the two packs.
Yeah, both packs bark. A couple let out big howls. Somewhere in the distance, a hawk cries.
And I think we roll out.
All right.
The 30 of us.
Grumpkin leads the way.
Yeah.
So
I run alongside Grumplin, having us take us to the to their territory.
okay. So that little house is your cave. I should probably make it maybe a little bit smaller sized. There we go. Just switch these houses. Supposed to be a house, not a mushroom, but it goes. So the clearing that you guys found with the water was over here.
Mm-hmm. That's a couple of hours.
Well, no,
I
because
guess, yeah.
they first went over this way to where they met, and then they followed the scent around like that. Yeah, wasn't quite so cut and dry.
All right. Where is Redback territory?
So he's saying that the Grumpkin lets you know that the Redback territory was originally over in this region, right there, and they've been driven out from that section of the woods.
Okay.
And he will lead you to it. Just gonna get rid of this bigger thing that we don't need anymore.
Wow, so movement rate's like 6. I think that'll take us like half the day.
Yeah.
I guess we're like running from there.
Probably close.
So we can actually, that's like a full day, so we probably reach by nightfall.
Yeah, and
you move
a little bit slower through a forest than you would through open plains. So it might take you a little bit longer.
Okay.
But eventually you can make it there. Is this 7 by 7 miles? 8 by 6. Perfect. Close enough. So it takes you a day or so to arrive. Eventually you do, and Grumpkin starts sniffing around and tells you that they once upon a time had a lair, a cave right up against the butt of the hills, but that they were driven out by a tribe of goblins led by a few bugbears. Yeah, they're not too happy about that.
Where's Cave?
He leads you there. The whole set, both packs head that direction. And Grumpkin sends a few ahead just to make sure that there's nothing, there's no ambushes waiting for them. And they report back that there is a clearing out in front of the cave that has a small wall being built around it. Apparently the goblins and bugbears are building a palisade wall on the outside of the cave. It's not finished. It's still under construction, though.
So I think I would like to get within sight of this. Maybe not with the whole pack, but... Yeah. So I think we leave the pack behind, like a couple 100 yards off in the woods. And I will go with the scouting party to take a look. We're keeping an eye for any patrols, I guess. If we can catch like a lone scout, even better. We'll ambush them. But otherwise, we'll get within a few 100 yards of the encampment.
Okay. You get within a couple 100 yards of the encampment, and sure enough, there's this palisade wall being built. You can see goblins chopping down trees with axes and dragging them into place. There are a duo of bugbears sitting on top of the hill under which the cave is. So they're pretty high up and a little bit further back, overseeing everything.
Can we circle around the back of the cave?
Sure. It's just it's into a hill, so if you want, you can head into the hills and come around from the other side.
Let me
tell you a little bit about bugbears, or you and chat a little bit about bugbears here.
Big globs?
Yes, big globs. They are the largest of the goblinoid family, which consists of goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears. A bugbear stands over 7 feet in height and are covered head to toe in short, thick fur. These guys have a reddish-brown fur. Bugbears do not concern themselves with the affairs of smaller creatures, save for other goblinoids that they occasionally dominate for their own purposes, preferring to live in rugged areas that are difficult for lesser races to access. Infighting among bugbears is strong, which keeps them splintered into smaller independent clans. When a tribe gets too big, disputes break into fighting, which inevitably breaks its tribe up into two or more smaller tribes, which then go their separate ways. Bugbears prefer to live in natural shelters, like caves, or crude, constructed dwellings, like covering a deep, dry creek bed with fallen trees and branches. They have little attachment to these places and move around as they see fit. Bugbears rarely go out of their way to attack people, considering them not to be worth their time or attention. They usually have a territory of 100 square miles, but they're fairly nomadic, so that territory will change frequently, and their tribe sizes are highly variable, from 5 to 25 bugbears at a time. 5 for a very small tribe and 25 for a very, very large tribe that is probably going to be breaking up soon.
Okay. Does a tribe rule over the goblins, or is it usually like a lone bugbear or a couple of bugbears will rule over goblins?
It's usually like a tribe will enslave a goblin tribe.
Okay.
And the leader of the bugbears is in charge, but like if you got a couple of kids in your family, the adults are all in charge of the children, but some adults have more authority over the children than others.
God, I don't know that we're going to be able to flip nature on its head and rule over these bugbears. We may just need to kill them.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. A well-placed charm person. Oh, can charm person affect bugbears? Are they too big?
That's a good question.
Bipedal human man size or smaller, so no
yes.
bugbears.
Bugbears cannot be affected by charm person or mammal.
Bummer. All right. So I lead the pack up the hill. Both packs up the hill. God, what's this guy? Gunlack?
Grumpkin.
Grumpkin. How could I forget Grumpkin? So I will turn to Grumpkin and I point out to the top of the hill. Big Lob's leaders. We ambush them, take them out.
So many.
Goblins scatter.
So strong.
2.
We send bravest warriors. Biggest, strongest.
Grumpkin, biggest, strongest.
Grumpkin, biggest, strongest. Need lead pack. Send second biggest, strongest. And third biggest, strongest.
I give him a skeptical look. Or third. All right, whatever. He can send whatever he wants. We'll go with. So I think the whole group of us moves up on top of the hill. Maybe several hundred yards above the cave, above the bugbears, and I guess we pick out a group. I think I'll take my entire tribe, and he can split his as necessary.
Okay. So when you get to a good spot to get a good view of these bugbears, you see that they are armored. They've got a mix of armor that looks like it's been scavenged or stolen. They've got some hides and some kind of it looks like maybe splint armor. So they've got the shoulder plates and the greaves and bracers from splint armor, but then they've got some hide across the front, and it looks like maybe a little bit of chain underneath that. Their AC is somewhere around 15 from all of this mismatched armor bits. Each one also carries a nice big heavy mace.
Okay. So, we're going to gather above them. God, if only it were stormy. If only I had to call lightning. Quit teasing me, chat.
So are you going to have the redbacks go in first? Are you sending both in together at the same time?
If I can get the redbacks to go in first, that would be awesome. But I was figuring they're going to be as cowardly as their leader.
Well, if you did send them in first and they were to take out the bugbears, you would probably, they would take the glory from the situation, from the battle.
Yeah. I think I'll go in with my 10 and then as many of the redbacks as they come.
Okay. So, why don't we... I want to break up the kobolds into groups of 5 and do normal initiative. So that way it's not just all kobolds and then all bugbears.
Okay.
Let's write down some numbers before the great battle begins.
And I think I'm going to cast... Definitely cast Shillelagh before I charge. I think casting Pure Prayer from the midst of battle may be best because it's short range. Also got an Aid. I was going to cast Aid on Grumpkin, but he's such a wuss, I don't even think he'll go fighting.
Okay. You know that bugbears are strong creatures.
Yeah.
They get a +2 on their damage rolls. Typically, a bugbear whack is an instant death for any kobold that receives it. So numbers are written down. Your people have surrounded, gone back up the hills and spread out a little bit. And they're just waiting for a sign from you. Since they're all spread out, it's got to be some sort of audible sign that everyone can hear, because not everyone would be able to see a visual sign. So, what is the cue?
I think it'll be a howl. So everyone's quietly, probably maybe yipping excitedly, but no one's. Yeah, I'll give a loud howl before we engage.
Okay. You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's see. So before battle starts, I think first I cast a Shillelagh, praying for Martha's blessing, enchanting my thwacking stick. And then I'll cast an Aid, I think on my second in command. And then deliver the howl. D8, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not good. 2.
So your second in command is Nimrod?
Sure, Nimrod. Nimrod has 2 bonus HP. That probably won't do much.
Okay.
And then, why don't we...
see if they are surprised. They are definitely not surprised.
Yeah,
the howl goes off.
Gives it away. And my 10 plus how many of the redbacks come charging down with us?
All 20 redbacks come swarming in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'll roll for the redbacks. You can roll for your group. They're going to be... Let's break the packs into groups of 5. You can fight on your own initiative.
What is the spear... What is the spear weapon speed?
6.
Okay. So one group is at 8. Both are at 8. And I will go at... sorry, looking up casting time. 1. So I will go... at 11.
Alright, so you go at 11, and you've got 2 groups that go at 8.
Yeah.
And the other ones are all unarmed, so they go at +3, so that's 6, 7, 10, and 13. So one of the redbacks is the first to go. They
rolled a 1? Oh, I guess they've got...
They got faster initiative because they're just using their claws. They come swarming onto the bugbears, who get opportunity attacks with their big-ass maces at a +4 because the kobolds are unarmed. And bugbears are multi-hit die, so I'm going to use the fighter. So I'll give them 2 opportunity attacks each as they batter away at kobolds. Those are 2 hits, bringing the number of redbacks down by 2, and the other one gets 2 attacks. Critically and hitting another, dropping the redbacks by 4. So that's 1/5 of the redback population is down immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The first group that comes in, only 1 is left, makes a pathetic attack that does absolutely no damage.
So they get opportunity attacks when a kobold makes an unarmed attack?
Oh, you're right. They probably shouldn't get opportunity attacks from an unarmed
I
attack.
assume those were overbears. Call those overbears.
Yeah, those were overbears then.
But in general, kobolds can use their natural weapon, their claws, with no penalty, correct? Yeah. Okay.
So they tried to overbear one of these
and
guys.
Just miserably failed.
Miserably failed. The second group goes at 7, and it should make 1 overbear.
There's no more opportunity attacks though.
Right.
They already used their 2.
So you get +1 for each additional attacker on the overbear. They roll in 18.
And then there's that's to hit, and then there's an opposed strength check. 4 bonus per or penalty per size difference.
So the bugbears get a +8 bonus.
And then there's +1 per kobold, per additional kobold.
Doesn't matter. They rolled a natural 20 on their strength check. So the another pack of 5 kobolds tries to swarm the other bugbear, starts to crawl up him. The bugbear just stands there chuckling to himself as he's covered in little tiny kobolds.
Okay,
and then
four redbacks died, right?
Yes.
And 1 ineffectually tried to scale a bugbear. The other bugbear has kobolds on him.
Mm-hmm.
In come the Moon Clan.
In come to the Moon Clan at 8, which is the same initiative as the bugbears, both of them.
Shite.
They both rolled 1.
They really rolled. They must have rolled a 1.
They both rolled 1s on their initiative.
Bullshit. All right, so the kobolds go 5 attacks at each.
Sure. Each bugbear kills another kobold.
Ooh.
Off the redback tribe. Oh, nice.
So that's
spears +1 each. No, you didn't cast.
I didn't cast prayer. I have not cast prayer yet.
So that's 3 hits and 1 crit.
Spear does D8 versus large? No,
yes,
a normal spear does.
Yes, it does.
So, Jesus.
5d8 damage? Oh my god. Because 1's a crit and then 3 are hits.
The 3 are crit. Those are 2 19s and a 20.
Yeah, but they've got AC 15. So the 19s
Bastards, I did need that bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, bummer. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 5 D8.
Yeah.
22 damage.
Yeah, you just drop a bugbear right off the bat.
The other looks like no hits on the other group.
No hits at all. Okay.
But on 11, Mama B goes.
And there's another redback group that goes at 10. Hold on.
Okay.
So they try and overbear the other remaining one. Oh, they should get 1 attack on the overbear bonuses. They roll a no. They miss the overbear. They try and grab on, but the other bugbear shakes them all off. As you go.
As he shakes them off, but I think he catches Mama B like over the crowd behind them. We make eye contact, and in Goblin, I shout, "Flee!" and cast a command. He gets no save unless he has 13 intelligence. Oh, 6 hit die.
No, he does not have 6 hit die.
Or 13 intelligence.
I gotta roll his intel. 3d6 for bugbear intel.
-1, maybe? No, maybe not.
2,
no,
4, 6 intelligence.
Okay, so he flees, provoking a bunch of opportunity attacks.
I guess. Give me like
at least my 5 to get him with spears.
Yeah, don't you have 2 packs right
maybe
next
even
to
bonuses.
Oh no, 1 pack attack
one
the
of
other
them
guy. Yeah.
And yeah.
To make 5 opportunity attacks, and I'll make 5 opportunity attacks for these guys.
Maybe with back attacks.
Yeah.
Maybe with back attacks? Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
I think
I'll give
3
you
of those,
back
that'll be 3 hits.
Yep.
And then there's like a bunch of kobolds on him.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's only 3d8. So
No,
only the
because the
first three.
spearmen. No, these guys are using claw. Oh no,
No, these are mine. These have spears.
Oh right, these are the 5 that attacked.
Oh, but
and all missed.
the claws don't get opportunity attacks though.
Right.
Okay, so it's only the first 3 days. So 12, 16 damage.
Wait a minute. Why? How many?
So those are back attacks. So that's a 15, a 19, and a 15.
But only one of your packs would have gotten opportunity attacks against them.
Yeah, that's one pack.
Okay.
Yeah, the previous one that are all misses was that pack's regular attacks. And
okay,
this is their attacks.
And 3 hits, so then it was 7, 5, and 4.
16 damage.
16 damage. It survives.
Oh, you still there?
Yes,
okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
It survives.
16 damage, yeah.
The other kobolds don't get opportunity attacks because they just have claws, they don't have weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And the bugbear starts to flee down the hill. Gets to the end. Well, you need to roll initiative, actually, because it doesn't get a second move on its turn. So,
okay. So those opportunity attacks would have been the next round?
We'll say he starts to move now, and the attacks occur now. Like he takes
my kobold packs are slow.
Yeah.
I'm at 9.
So 6 redbacks are dead, leaving 14. 5
How many of mine went down?
None of them. None of them even got attacked because the redbacks hit first.
The bugbears attack. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bugbears used all their attacks when the redbacks hit before your tribe hit. There are 14 left. 4 stayed back with the leader. So there's actually only 10. There's 2 packs of redbacks left. They go at 12 and 7. You go at what and what?
I go at 9, and then my kobolds go at 14 and 16.
Okay, and the one bugbear is GTFOing, and he goes at 12. So your 7 goes first. No, that's one of the redback 7 goes first. They try to chase after and overbear the bugbear again. It's their favorite strategy in the world. That is a hit on the overbear, and let's do an opposed strength check. Ooh, the kobolds fail their strength check, hardcore, and cannot bring him down. You have someone going at 9?
That's me.
You go at 9.
So I bring up the chase.
Okay, your movement
back attack.
is
6.
Oh, but yeah, you were already close enough to him. Yeah, so you can definitely move and get an attack.
Okay. So I come up behind the bugbear, thwack him in the back of the knee. Oh, no. Not thwack him in the back of the knee. But I will now get an attack of opportunity when he continues when he continues to run from me.
He does continue to run, so get your attack of opportunity here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
another
no
7.
good. He gets to the edge where the cave is, and turns around, grabs the edge, and drops down below to the cave area. From your position, you can see the goblins looking up, looking around, seeing the bugbear retreat. And
how many goblins are there?
There looks to be maybe 20 goblins down there. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
And you can hear the bugbear shouting out in goblin, "Dogs! Filthy dogs! Swarm them! Rip them limb from limb, my soldiers!" In an elegant form of common that beyond your capability.
I speak crude common as well as goblin. I assume he was speaking goblin.
He was speaking goblin, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will say to the redbacks, get Big Lob head.
Oh. They turn and start using their teeth and claws to sever
so at the end of that round, there will be, I think my kobolds will come to the edge and hurl their spears.
At the big lob?
At the big lob if he's still within range, and if not, just help the goblins.
Go ahead and make me 5 attacks. Or 10 attacks.
Ooh, 2 hits.
2 hits?
So that's the first barrage. 2d6. If there was a bonus, that would be a crit, huh? 4 more points of damage.
The big glob goes down.
Okay, and then here's 5 random attacks versus goblins. 3 hits.
Yep.
A 5, a 5, and a 3. Oh, the big glob was actually d8s, but I guess it doesn't matter. He's dead.
It doesn't matter. The 2 5s kill, the 3 does not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hold on, let me just make some notes here.
So there's a clearing in front of the cave? Is that what you said?
Yes, they've hacked away the trees and used them to create a palisade wall, but you guys are on the other side of the wall. And
we're like above.
Yeah.
Is there grass in the clearing? Is there foliage? Are there any bushes left?
It's mostly mud from all the people milling around and turning up the earth.
No grasses, weeds, trees, bushes. I'm looking
There's
for
some,
if
not enough
it's an
to
entangle.
do an entangle. No.
Okay.
Not enough for an entangle. Hold on, let me make quick some numbers. Alright, and you killed the 2 with the 3s, and you did 3 damage to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are a lot of goblins down here, and your guys are all out of spears. But there are no bugbears left. I'm going to give the goblins a morale check because their leaders are dead, but they're only fighting kobolds, so no penalties. That is, I'm pretty sure, a pass. It's goblin morale. They rolled a 10. Goblin morale is 10 exactly, so they pass.
So there's 18 goblins down in the clearing?
Roughly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's roll initiative.
Yeah. I get 2 attacks this round, but I think I'm still better off casting a prayer. So I guess let's do Goblob.
Yeah, I'm going to break the goblins into groups of 5 as well, just for large number combat.
Oops. D10. So 7 and 6 for my kobold packs. Prayer, casting time 6.
Okay.
Ooh, 7. I think the kobold packs wait until my prayers. I tell them to wait.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think they would charge anyways. I think we're up on the hilltop. They just threw their spears. I start giving them the blessings of Martha. Sure. And then when I finish casting the spell, I'll say, charge! Retrieve the spears!
All right.
Fight!
So what speed do you go at?
7.
You got 7? That's the same speed that Grumpkin goes at. So you get your spell off, start to yell charge, while Grumpkin says, Redbacks! Fall back! There's so many of them! Run away! Run away!
The Redbacks, I did tell them to get the bugbear head, so at least some of them, I think, are trying to behead the bugbear corpse.
Yes. But the Redbacks have lost a quarter of their population, and they're freaking
also cowards.
out. Yes, they are. So they begin to fall back a little bit. The goblins start swarming up the hill in mass.
Did they beat 7?
They do. They get 5, 5, 6, 10.
How is that? Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because they get +3 to their initiative. Oh, you know what? They actually probably should have.
Plus, isn't small +2?
3.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, small is +3?
Yeah.
So then ours are slower. Ours are 7 and 8, which actually means I don't really even need to hold them back.
Okay. Yeah. So they start to swarm up or try to climb up the hill towards you. It's not an easy hill to climb. So they're gonna, let's just give each pack a climbing check to see if they can make it, so we don't have to worry about too much. That's the 10s. So one of the 2, there's 3 packs that go. 2 of the packs make it up. Another can't quite climb up the hill. It just starts crumbling at their hands. The first group of 5 gets up, and I think it's close enough that they can move, climb, and make an attack in the same round. It's not that big of a hill. They're outside, yeah.
They were just working, so are they armed? Do they have tools, or are they just punching?
They just have their own goblin claws. Yeah. So the first group comes up and makes 5 attacks against.
And they all beat 7.
Yeah, they went. Well, they're not all. They got 5, 5, 6, and 10.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, they did well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 misses and 2 hits against your folks. How much damage do goblins do? I think goblins also do just D4.
Mm-hmm.
Can't imagine they would do D6 with their claws. That would be a little ridiculous. It says D6 by weapon, but these guys aren't wielding weapons. So I'm going to give them D4 damage for claws.
Yeah.
That is 2 sets of 4 damage against 2 of your kobolds.
Oh.
You want to roll their
down.
HP so we can see
Yeah,
if they...
2 and 1. They're down.
Yeah. Okay. And the second group comes up. One of them makes an attack against you, which is an 18 to hit.
What? They get past the front line?
Did you have all of your kobolds in front of you?
I think so.
Okay.
Right?
Then
They just ran
attacks.
to the cliff to throw at the...
Oh, that's true. They're all up at the cliffs.
Like
they make their
lined
attacks
up at the
against
edge
your
to throw their
people.
spears.
So the 18 is a hit against one of your kobolds. Do any of your kobolds have weapons or armor? Do any of them have shields?
There are 4 shields.
Let me see if this is against a shield one, because there's 2 10s. So
And
if
the
they
leather
have
armor,
shield-
did we say the leather armor didn't fit anyone?
Yeah, it's too big. Alright, so the 10 does hit a shield guy, so that's actually a miss. That's a miss, so there's 2 more hits, a total of 3 hits against your guys.
Oh, God. 1 and 3.
Well, they do 1, 2, and 3 damage.
Oh, so there's a third?
Yeah, there's a third.
Yeah, so 2 down.
Two more unconscious, and 1 fine. And then it is your goblin's turn, your kobold's turn.
Yeah, so I'm behind the lines finishing up the prayer. And the kobolds return fire with tooth and claw.
Okay.
So you said we're down 4?
Right, so you get
So it's
6
2 groups of
attacks.
3?
Yeah.
I'll just do 6 d20. Can I add +1 to the individual
You
dice?
can't. Not that I know
Okay.
of, at least.
Ugh.
2
Unless
hits.
there's other bonuses. Looks like only 2 hits.
Yeah. Roll me some damage there.
2 3s.
That drops. That drops 1 and wounds 1. Is that all? Yeah, the redbacks are running.
Fucking redbacks.
Yeah. Well, kobolds are cowardly creatures. And the other group fails to make it up the cliff as well. When we roll initiative for the next round.
So there's just one group up the cliff.
There's 2 groups up the cliff and 2 groups that have been scampering but can't quite make it. Let's roll initiative for the next round.
All right. Oops. +3. So that's a 7. Geez, a 12. And I am 4. Unless what spells
You
do
are
I...
badly outnumbered now that the redbacks
Yeah.
are running away. And your kobolds
I'm looking.
are unhappy about this.
Is there any foliage up here?
Yeah, definitely. The hillside has lots of grass on it. And brambles and branches and stuff.
Tangle. It's hard to entangle anything unless we can get away first. Alright. Whatever. Whacking stick speed. 8. Yeah. So we got a 6, a 12, and an 8.
6, a 12, and an 8. Okay.
I'm shouting at the redbacks that they're... Yeah. Cowardly redbacks won't even fight for their home.
Okay, one of the goblin packs at 5 goes.
How do these goblins keep beating us?
Well,
No
'cause
fair. They get
mus-
-1 to hit.
No, these guys can't make it up the cliff again.
Oh. Is a climb check required to get up and down, or to get up and down the cliff?
To get up the cliff.
Okay.
I'm going to make it a climb check. Down, you can scramble, no problem. And then you go at 6, or whoever goes at 6.
Yeah, so that's a group of kobolds, 2 hits.
1 crit.
Okay.
1 hit, 1 crit. Yeah.
So the crit does 6 points of damage.
Wiping out another goblin.
The hit does 3.
Killing another goblin.
And I think we're making like a fighting withdrawal. So we're clawing and fighting goblins as we back up the hill.
Sure. Because you can attack and make a... There's no opportunity.
It's not like
attacks.
a withdrawal. I mean, yeah.
Since they don't have weapons, you can make an attack and then run away without provoking the opportunity attack.
That's true. Yeah, so I think that's, yeah.
And then they have someone at 7.
Okay.
Let's see, they have 1, 2. They've already lost a bunch. This is a wounded group that made it up here. They lost 3 out of the 10 that have made it up. So we'll say the group of 3 makes attacks. They have penalties to hit.
-1 to hit. If they were within 60 feet last round, which I think they all charged the...
So that's 2 misses and 1 crit.
Okay.
The crit is for 7 points of damage. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Only 4. Knocking unconscious.
Unless that's the one with the aid. I don't know. Which one of those is Nimrod?
Right, that's true. There's a chance that it's Nimrod. It is not Nimrod.
Okay.
Okay. So that's another unconscious. And then you go at 8.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Clubbing a kobold, I guess.
You mean a goblin?
A goblin, yeah.
Yeah. You club a goblin.
Killing a goblin.
You absolutely
kill a goblin. As I retreat, and then at 12, my last throng of kobolds is the same.
Yeah, but they got a goblin attack in between. There's only 3 more in this pack. Of the 10 goblins that came up, only 6 are
there's
remaining.
Probably only... Yeah.
Let's give these guys... Alright, they are still in it. They make their attacks at -1. That is a miss, that is a miss, and that is a hit for 1 point of damage.
Still alive.
Still alive. Did you have another pack that goes at 12?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ooh, 2 crits and a hit.
Oh, yeah. Roll the damage.
Crit for 6.
Kills.
Ooh, crit for 3.
Kills.
And oops. D4. And a hit for 4.
Kills.
So there are 3 goblins, right?
2. That you just killed... No, yeah,
you just
3.
killed 3 more, so there's 3 left.
There's 3 left on top and 10 below trying to scramble up. The last pack does indeed scramble up the cliff, only to see this like swath of dead goblin bodies everywhere and a decapitated bugbear body lying around and all these kobolds fleeing backwards. They're going to not pursue this round. They're going to wait to regroup and get all their numbers together. So let's just go to the next round initiative.
I guess. So we regroup with the redbacks if possible.
There are 11
8,
goblins.
and 12 for Mama.
There's 11 goblins left, so I'm going to reduce them to to 2 groups instead of 3 groups. They go at 12 and 10. And you have, what is it, 8, 9, 12? Okay, 8s go first.
I don't think we're engaging. Okay, unless we're within rock throwing range.
Yeah, you could be.
So we regroup with the red. We regroup with the redbacks.
All right. So yeah, as you climb the hill, then further back, you see the redbacks are in like full kobold retreat. Not like just pulling back to a safe distance. They're running with their tails between their legs, like the cowardly kobolds that they are. They don't have Mama Beatrix to lead them. Not yet, at least.
I shout at them for being cowards as they run. There's now, you said there's like 11 goblins behind me?
Something like that, yeah.
I guess my kobolds throw rocks if they're within range.
Sure, they're all within range.
Okay. Did both 8 and 9 go? There's maybe slight... Okay.
8 and 9 both go first.
Okay, so I'll just do 6. Two hits. Rocks are D4
Sure.
or D3.
I'll look it up.
A 2 and 4 damage.
Rock is D3. Oh, perfect. So
And then
2 and 4.
And then at the end of the round, Mama's going to cast Entangle on the goblins.
I'm just going to say the 2 and the 4 both hit the same guy and brings him down to 0.
Wait, how much? You said Rock deals D3?
Yeah, D3.
So why would you... Both of those were within a D3.
Yeah, so those are fine.
So it's a 3 and a 4.
3 and 4,
Those,
yes.
Okay. So it's okay. They were needed to bring them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you could either split them between 2, which would have killed 1 and wounded 1, or we could have them both target the higher HP person. I think it's just better math, easier math that way. Okay, the groups of them are on their turn they've got 10 and 12, so they go before Big Mama.
One of them goes at the same time as Big Mama. You said they were like regrouping or something this round.
Yeah.
Are they changing their mind as they're getting pelted by retreating kobolds?
That's what I'm checking. You haven't cast any magic at them. That's obvious yet, right?
I commanded their leader to flee, but that could have been anything. I've got a shillelagh. I've got a magically enchanted thwacking stick.
Does it look enchanted?
I think it does. It does have verbal components. The spell enables the caster to change his own cudgel or unshod staff into a magic weapon. It's not obvious. It does have verbal components. I've cast... There's someone who's aided, but I don't know if it's obvious. There was a prayer. I mean, they're under the effects of a prayer spell right now.
Sure. So they're not going to come to close with you. They're going to throw rocks back at you guys. Their first group goes picking up stones and hurling them at you guys. 1 becomes a 0, 3 becomes a 2, 13, 14, and 15 are hits for D3 damage.
Okay, I might have argued that we're at further range because we could have thrown and pulled back, but those are all hits.
Then they could move forward and throw.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 1, 1, and 2, so that becomes 1, 1, and 1 damage.
All right. Ooh, no! 2 are knocked unconscious. This isn't good.
Okay. I'm keeping track of your unconscious kobolds, and I am also tracking roughly ones that are bleeding out, and I'll let you know at the end of the battle how those fare.
And
then you go
at the end of the round.
Yeah,
Entangle goes off.
Ooh.
On all the goblins.
Okay, they get a saving throw as a pack, and all fail miserably.
I don't think they can make missile attacks while they're entangled, can they?
Even if they... I mean, no, because they can't pick a rock up off the ground. If they try to pick a rock off the ground, their hands will get entangled. And not to mention, you can be far enough away that they can't throw them at you. So that group is all entangled.
And I think we're going to throw rocks at them until they die.
Right.
All right. So the next round, I will start Orison-ing unconscious, at least these 2 unconscious kobolds next to me back to life as my group returns fire. So do you want initiative?
Yes. Ooh, the one pack that they've got goes at 13.
Okay. So we've got an 8, an 11, and an 11, but that's just a spell.
Okay, so why don't you you can get, 4 attacks this round?
Yes. 3 hits.
Nice.
A 4, a 5, and a 5.
Oh my god. 4, 5, and 5?
Mm-hmm.
That is 2 kills and 1 wound.
Okay.
So there are 4 goblins that are free of entangle, and 5 goblins.
But they're behind the entangle, right?
No, the 4 that had moved forward to throw rocks are unentangled. The 4 that are further...
Why aren't they...
So which group did you entangle? The ones in the back or in the front? Because they were in 2 packs. I just assumed you were targeting the larger pack with the entangle.
Yeah, I would have. The entangle is a 40-foot cube, so they're not all within 40 feet.
I thought it was
So
a
that's
20
40
foot
by
cube.
40
No,
by
a 40 foot.
40 by 40 by 40.
Okay, no, 40 would work then. Right, 40 feet. I would say maybe a couple of them are on the outside of that entangle, but seeing their companions caught and reaching for the ground and being stuck, and the goblins are all crying out, "Oh, the ground's attacking us! The earth is trying to kill us!" The remaining ones that are outside of the entangle, they roll a 2 on their morale check. That is a critical pass. They are not going to let their brothers die, their brothers and sisters die in vain, so they pick up rocks and uselessly hurl them at you as stones fall near your feet harmlessly. So there are 2 fighting goblins left. The rest of them are entangled badly. Entangle lasts for 10 minutes, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Next round. Initiative.
Yes.
Oops.
They go at 10.
So, 11 and 8. Is the guy that I brought back from 0
Yes.
in the battle? Okay.
Yeah, he was only at 0. He can join the fray again.
So the first group.
Ooh, crit and hit.
Is there a bonus? So is held a penalty?
Plus 4 to hit someone that's entangled.
Yeah.
Plus 2 to hit someone that's entangled.
Two is held. Held is plus 2.
Hold on. Well, let me look at my list here. I think if your feet are entangled, it's a bonus of 2.
Okay, so that's a miss then. So the crit does 6.
Drops 1 to the death.
The hit only does 2.
Drops 1.
So there's no one who's not entangled.
Right. All the remainders are entangled.
Okay.
And
who can't go on their turn?
Nope. And they've got no tools to cut the grasses with. You bring another back from unconsciousness.
I do. Oh, whoa. Critical rock fails. Do you want saves versus death? 17 and a 5 is a fail.
But that's firing into melee rules, so you just target another goblin, which is actually working in your favor, so make a roll to hit. Seems a little broken.
Really? That's a hit if you're...
That's a hit. Yeah, no, that's the rules that I've written, so we'll work with it. It's
even a crit.
It's even a crit. So he throws that one goblin, hits another goblin in the head, and brings it down to 1 HP. And then I think you raise another unconscious one?
Yeah, so now we're back to the 6.
Okay. And there are some unconscious kobolds are entangled in the grasses. Yeah, I think they're the only ones that you could reach, or the only ones that are still unconscious are entangled in the grasses. You'll have to fight your way through the goblins to get to them. And we don't need to roll initiative, so you've got 6 more turns to throw rocks at these goblins until they die, unless you want to talk to them.
Yeah. Orison does have a range of 10 yards.
Ooh.
30 feet. So I could heal at a distance with Orison.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that is such a broken spell.
Yeah, it is. Way better than Cure Light Wounds. Cure Light Wounds is touch.
No, healing. The healing subsection of Orison says by his touch. Yeah.
Okay.
That specifies touch. So go ahead and get 6 rounds of attacks in with your, what is it, 4? 6 kobolds? 4 kobolds.
Yeah, I got 6 kobolds. I'm trying to... Yeah. 60, 20... prayer only lasts for 5... So prayer, I think, is done.
Okay.
Is it 5 rounds? I think it's 5 rounds. That's still 4 hits. 3 threes and a 1. It's the first round. I'm going to make a save versus spell to see if I can trudge into the entangled region to try and save the kobolds.
Those don't have the bonus to damage on them yet still?
I haven't been counting rounds very well.
5 rounds, right.
Prayer lasts 5 rounds.
This is the 3rd round of combat with the goblins. No, this is the 4th round of combat with the goblins. And did you get the prayer spell when the spears were thrown? Yes. No?
Right? Did the spears have...
I think you cast it the round that the spears were thrown.
Yeah, so I think the spears were thrown before the prayer went off.
Okay.
So, yeah, so there is... This is still Orison round. So that's a 3 4s and a 2.
So 3 4s and a 2, bringing this guy to 3 HP. So there are 4 goblins still standing. They are crying out in horror, trying to claw at the grasses that hold them, and just kind of toppling over.
Foolish goblins. Kobolds are the chosen race.
Oh my god, you passed your save.
Yeah, so I'm able to trudge 10 feet into the entangle. I'm going to try and save any kobolds that may be in there.
Go ahead and, yeah, it's fine. You can trudge on in and heal one, so he's no longer bleeding out.
Don't you see? The very earth rides up against you.
Okay. We can just go ahead and close the door on this battle. Your kobolds...
We are truly the chosen race of Martha.
Your kobolds stone the goblins to death.
Yeah.
It takes a little while. They got to go around and look for new rocks because they're running out in this area. Eventually, the goblin threat is eliminated with
How many kobolds am I able to save?
You're able to recover 2 more.
And one, that means 1 permanent death?
No. Did I mess up my numbers? 3 of them should have permanently bled out.
Okay.
No, you started with 10. Yeah, 3 of them should have permanently bled out. Maybe I messed up my numbers that I was counting.
Okay, so that one that I just healed is the only one that was alive still.
Yeah.
Okay. And we loot the bugbear corpses. And maybe the goblin corpses too.
Yeah. So you go and start looting these corpses.
Is anyone else coming out of the cave, or is there any noise from inside of the cave?
Nope. Seems to be that. You start looking through these bodies, and you find some material wealth on the bugbears. You find 30 gold coins on the bugbears. Oh god, I'm going to need a calculator to do all this math. $112 silver. And we'll just do this and multiply it by 20.
I don't know what a kobold is going to do with all this gold, but...
And 900 copper on the bugbears.
Jesus. Need like... Okay. That's it?
That's all the material wealth. The bugbears have these big, heavy maces. And then there's a little bit of food supplies down in this area. There's a partially built palisade wall.
So
there's a couple of thrones that are hastily made in the cave.
We timidly retrieve our spears, and then it becomes apparent that there's no one left alive.
Yeah.
So then we explore the cave.
You explore the cave. You find these crude thrones that have been built.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely bugbear sized. They're quite large, and they're propped up on a pile of rocks that have been flattened so that they kind of have a slightly raised area. You find a bunch of animal hides, what looks like a big bedding area for the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
There are some tools. There's axes. There's hoes for digging. There's a couple of shovels. All sorts of interesting implements lying around.
This is a nice cave. How much bigger is it than the other cave?
It's substantially larger, but there's no water supply. It's a dry cave.
Mm-hmm.
And if we consult the map, it is right at the edge of goblin and bugbear territory, while your cave is significantly further away.
Yeah. So I think we will... Yeah, we retrieve our spears, take any tools that seem useful.
Mm-hmm.
Some skins, maybe a chair. So we loot the place and get stuff prepared to go back to our cave.
Okay.
What are there tools that I should bother writing down?
Do you want axes or hoes or shovels?
Axes, maybe a shovel. Who knows?
Okay. There
I don't.
are 7 axes,
Oh wow.
and there are 6 shovels. You want them?
At any point, do the redbacks come?
They do. While you're clearing out the cave,
Mm-hmm.
they start poking their heads back, and you see Grumpkin come over and then stand up on top of the high point of the cave where the bears were before, with his hands on his hips, chest puffed out, and calls out over the area. Look what Redbacks did! Great victory! Mighty victory!
Um,
Grumpkin.
I howl, "Arroo!" and my pack howls in response. Maybe the redbacks howl as well. "Arroo! Arroo!" A great victory. We have slain the bads. This fortress is once again kobold, and it will be watched over by Grumpkin the Cowardly.
Grumpkin
Slinkiest
snarls at you and climbs down the cave or the hillside, struts over to you with anger in his eyes and malice in his heart.
I believe he's charmed, correct?
He passed
or did
his
he
save.
pass his? Really?
Natural 20, baby. He snarls at you. He's very unhappy about this. Walks up, not too close, but walks up confrontationally and says, "You there! You are the true coward! Grumpkin, great kobold, greatest of redbacks." He spits on the ground at your feet.
Calm your tongue, thrall. Can I cast Charm Person again, or does he get like a refractory period where if he passes?
I suppose you could probably cast it again. That seems a little broken to charm a person over and over again, though.
I mean, you get it with most spells, right? Like if I keep casting fireballs at you, you keep getting. It's not like you.
I feel that's
you
a little
save
different
every
though.
time.
Like mentally dominating someone, it kind of feels like
not
a
mental
lock picking.
It specifically says it's not mental domination.
Yeah, but I mean, it feels like a lock picking thing, right? Where if you fail to pick a lock, it's beyond your level. If you fail to charm someone, they can't be charmed.
That's why I was wondering if it is a thing.
I don't think it's in the spell description. But either way, whether or not you're going to cast a spell, Grumpkin challenges you to a duel or dominate. How does that it kind of paces back and forth, and his tail switches in a way. There's a system for challenging, and he doesn't verbally say, "I'm going to challenge you," but he takes up a challenging position, a common thing in kobold culture. To assume your spot in the pecking order.
Yeah. So what are we ruling on the charm person? Because if I think it can work, I would just try and... I would cast it, charm him, and win the fight that way.
So it says the saving throw is checked on a periodic basis according to the creature's intelligence. So I'm going to say if...
So you think based on... Okay.
Based on that, like if he passes a save, then he can't be charmed again until his next checking period would come around.
So the smarter you are, the more often they can cast Charm Person on you. So if you have 19 intelligence, you get a save every day.
That's true. That's a very valid point. Maybe we can turn that table upside down. So reverse the categories. What, page 258?
That seems like a reasonable ruling.
So Grumpkin's intelligence is 3d6. Oh, he's actually a fairly smart kobold.
What's his intelligence?
His intelligence is 12. So he's in the 4th category. So let's reverse him the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do it once a week. You can try and charm Grumpkin.
Okay. All right. So a fight it will be. So we begin circling each other.
Arrgh, he snarls at you.
Foolish and cowardly. Are kobold duels typically barehanded? Or can I thwack him to death?
Oh, no, there's no rules. It's no holds
Foolish
barred.
and cowardly.
They can
Could have been prince of this cave.
Duels can be to the death or until, the wounding and one runs off. So it's your call
Okay.
whether to be lethal or non-lethal. Both are totally acceptable. Let's roll initiative between you and Grumpkin.
Ooh, 13.
Ooh, he goes at 8. He snarls and leaps to attack, bearing tooth and fang, and rolls a 13 to hit.
14 AC.
Arrgh, Grumpkin cannot get through your tough hides. Your fabulous hide.
All right, I thwack him with my thwacking stick. Oh no, poor Grumpkin.
You double crit Grumpkin, triple damage. The kobold leader, who has 2d4
7.
HP. Please add me another d6 in there, Ryan.
Oh, it's a double crit? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He has 3
9 points of damage.
HP, so you crack him for 9, splitting his skull open in a single blow, sending his brains across the floor.
I turn to his tribesmen and growl.
They kind of shrink up a little bit. Their tails duck between their legs in a sign of submission, and they bow their heads and come sniffing around your feet in a sign of... in a sign that you are their new leader. They are now moons.
Red moons.
Red moons.
Red
Ooh.
Moonbacks? I tell them that you are now red moons. Moonbacks. Oh!
Okay, I'm going to change their name to... Do you want them to be red moons, moonbacks? Do you want them to be moons?
Aren't we the Moon Moons?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's
they
all
could
very
just join
confused.
your pack. You could
I think
merge
they're like a
packs.
sub pack.
Okay. What should we
the
call
red
them?
The red moon, moonbacks, moon. I think red moon is fine to distinguish. I mean, eventually we'll probably all be so interbred that it won't make a difference. But
Right. There are 14 of these guys. They do not have... You're going to leave them as an independent unit, right?
yeah, I might leave like Nimrod here, and a few of mine in charge of them.
Okay.
Right. What were you saying? That they don't have any?
I was going to say they don't have a leader. What is going on here?
Okay. So I think I'll leave Nimrod and like 4 of my spearmen.
With them?
Like, yeah, maybe we should even do like, yeah.
Their pack size is 14 strong right now. The rest of them are all dead.
Yeah. Did they have? Were there women and just no young?
Yeah, it's a mix of men and women.
Okay.
So are you putting Nimrod on their side?
I think Nimrod plus a couple, plus like 4 spearmen are going to stay behind.
So should I, for record keeping, are they joining the Red Moon pack, or are they like on a permanent basis? Should I subtract that from your number?
Yeah, let's do that at least for bookkeeping.
Okay.
But it'll be 5 spearmen though.
Okay, so your adult numbers go down by 5, leaving you at 17 adults. Their adult numbers go up by 5, putting them at 19 adults. Leader Nimrod, plus 4 moons with spears.
And this will be like our advanced. I don't know. So this is like this is near bad territory, right?
Yeah.
So this is like our advanced fortress.
Yes. Its
like
wall is not finished, unfortunately. And there's not a good source of water, but it can work as a forward base of operations.
Maybe you need to bring the human slaves over here to finish the building.
Okay. Why don't we wrap up for the day and start assigning experience and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Let me look up how much experience. So I'll start with level 5, very base experience.
Yes.
Which is 13,000.
Okay, so the combat experience would get divided amongst all your people. So we're not actually going to worry about combat experience. I'm just going to do like quest experience for clearing out the 2 caves and bonus experience for killing
Sure.
2 big globs.
Sure.
So what do we got? We've got you cleared. You had the vision from Martha. You cleared out the first cave. You cleared out the second cave, which was much bigger and had 2 whatchamacallums in it, bugbears. You subjugated the not subjugate. Well, you merged and subjugated the redback tribe into your own. So let's give some experience for that. But then you also lost. How many kobolds did you lose today? You started with 35, and you're down to 20. You're down to 29, so you lost 6 kobolds. So I'm going to subtract a certain amount of experience for each kobold lost.
Okay. We got 24 more on the way, though, so don't worry.
Okay. This seems like a lot of experience.
And I still got spell experience.
Maybe I was too generous with these rewards.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe I should recalibrate how much experience I'm giving for clearing out these holes.
I mean, we started at level 5.
We did start at level 5.
13,000. So I need another 13,500.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad then. Cool. So you
level up.
Let's add some spell experience in here. How many spell levels did you cast?
So 20 spell levels in combat.
So that's
plus 6. Yeah. Is that 5,000? Isn't it
50 per?
Yeah, and then I've got 6 spell levels of improved fertility that I think should
those
count
those will definitely count. So that's
and I think count double, right? Isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Further your god's mythos.
Yep. So those are worth 100 each. That's 1,000 for combat spells, 600 for improving the fertility of your tribe.
Mm-hmm. So 1,600.
All right. So you come out with 4,000 on the nose.
All right.
For reference, every time a kobold under your tribe dies, I will subtract 50 experience from that week's total. Mm-hmm. Similarly, every time a kobold of yours is born, I'll give you 25 experience, and every time it reaches maturity, I'll give you another 25 experience. Okay. So, lose a kobold, gain a kobold, gain an adult is a wash for experience.
Yeah.
That way you get more experience as your packs grow. And then every time you get a tribe to work with you, you gain experience. And any time you subjugate a tribe to be underneath you, get experience.
Wow. Hashtag kobolds will reign. Or whatever the hashtag is.
I don't even know what it would be. Kobolds
will rise. Is that what you said?
I think so. I don't remember. Do you follow the Twitters on the?
Not really, but occasionally when I'm on the Reddit, I click the little button that takes me to your Twitter, so I can see if you canceled Dicing with Death and told your fans before you told me or something like that.
Okay. So
interesting session.
That is it for Dicing with Death. It is the very best session of Dicing with Death we've ever had. We're going to be cutting through a lot of time in this game. There's going to be a lot of downtime, I think, in between things. It's not just going to be constant warfare. So we'll pick up next week. Ryan and I will discuss when we're going to play offline. And we'll make some announcements later. If you can always come to the chat here and type !CD space DWD to get the latest Dicing with Death countdown to find out when the next episode is going to be, or check out the Google Calendar, which always has the most up-to-date information on when another episode is going to show up. Anything we should know before we head out for the day, Ryan?
I don't think so. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.